Anyways, so authenticity. And I've kind of been dancing with this concept, Matt's been dancing with this concept of, the layers to authenticity. Because authentically, I am as I am right now, right? With all of my emotional baggage, with all of my mental misconceptions, right? And stories, right? Authentically, I have those stories right now and they're running my life right now. So authentically showing up means acknowledging all of that and letting myself see it all and know that it's there and not needing to hide it from everyone else, right? And that doesn't mean that we need to wear it like a badge of honor, like, hey, I'm really fucked up, sorry for the language, but, some people, really get off on that story that, I'm the most effed up person around, and so I'll tell you all about it all the time. That's not what I'm talking about in being authentic, right? It doesn't mean you need to tell everyone you meet all of your problems all of the time, right? But it's kind of about not needing to hide that stuff, not being ashamed of that stuff, but also, not needing to tell people unless it's appropriate to tell them about that stuff, right? So there's that level, and then acknowledging you wouldn't want to fall in that river at the moment, that is for sure. And then acknowledge, talking about rivers, acknowledging that there's, maybe I should have walked along the beach instead. I thought the river was going to be better. It was raining just a moment ago, hence my raincoat and hence me deciding to stay somewhere where I thought it was going to be more sheltered. Anyways, interesting lighting, interesting filter they seem to have going here. Anyway, so Matthew, stay on task. Authenticity, layers to it. Authentically, we are as we are right now, but also we know that authentically there's much more to us. So what do I mean by that? I mean, we know that all of that stuff is our surface stuff, and there's we're more than that. And so we talk about moving into who we are authentically, which is authentically we're not all of the stories, we're not all of the costumes. That's surface stuff. So there's this layer of authenticity where we acknowledge that we've got all this surface stuff, and sorry, I'm stopping to read the thing now, and of course I've stopped in the sun, which didn't work. There we go. Cool, I'm glad you're happy to be here. Hey Marcy. Marcy's here as well. Emily's happy. That's good. So, authentic in what we're portraying right now, but also knowing that what we're portraying right now is not who we authentically are, right? So this is where the confusion can lie with this term authentic, because I use it to mean authentically you are the divine being, and showing up authentically right now means showing up with all of your stuff. Hey, Jeanette's here as well. Showing up with all of your stuff and not needing to hide it, and not being ashamed, right, of who you are, and worrying about being judged as you are right now with all of your beautiful idiosyncrasies and stories and past life indoctrinations that you are carrying, right? We all are. We all have history. And so to allow ourselves to show up authentically means to allow ourselves to be seen with all of our history. And as we progress on our path, we become more and more of who we, on a higher level, on a spiritual level, who we authentically are. Swapping hands. So that was the gist of what I wanted to clarify with this topic of authenticity. And it's kind of like one leads to the other, because if you're not willing to let other people, or even yourself, see how you're showing up in authenticity right now, meaning with all of your stuff, if you're not willing to be seen as not perfect, right? If you want to keep hiding, keep portraying, you know, I put a post on my on ManTarA's public page just yesterday afternoon about, you know, the ego, and I think it was a quote that I pinched from our last group call about, you know, allowing your ego to, or overcoming your ego via, what is it? You can tell I think a lot about these things before I write them, right? They just sort of pop out. Overcoming your ego via the process of evolution rather than via suppression, right? And I sort of talked about a lot of people take pride in their humility. A lot of people take pride in their humility, right? Because they believe, they've been taught that being egotistical is wrong, and to be spiritual you need to be humble. So therefore they, holy shit, just walking under the new bridge, and it's like a big swimming pool in there. I don't know if you guys can see that, but there's a lot of water going down this river at the moment. Anyway, cool, we've got the echo effect under the bridge. Ooh, that's a bit slimy, muddy. Yeah, so if you're not willing to be seen authentically as you are in the now moment, then you don't really have a foundation for your evolution forward into who you are authentically as the higher being. Because if you're not willing to accept yourself where you are right now, then you can't really effectively take a step forward. It does look like the path has become a river. Anyway, we'll see how we go. I might just have to commit to getting my feet wet. It's okay, the things I do for you guys, right? That's right, the sacrifices I make. Oh wow, I'm the most humble. Wow.